Wait, what nanite series seems to be transcended? Okay. So, who knows at the moment? Right now, it's just a race to see if we can gate before 2.7. Yeah, so, whole purpose for this stream is I try to craft the UXV coal over the night. Turns out, our base is so slow when it comes to more of these higher tier crafts. Like, the Eternity nanites? Oh my god, they take forever. Another one is like these optically perfected CPUs. Don't know why, but they are taking years. And then the most heinous of them all is the 3 big fluids. Like, I think they're crafting only 1,000 a second. I think this one's actually slower. But yeah, good morning. So, we're gonna work on today of just generally trying to speed up everything. Yeah, it is taking an eternity. So what I'm doing right now is I'm doubling our nano forges. Which we already, like, I think sextupled our abs capability. Last stream, we ended up setting up our first production line for Stellar with this very cursed setup, albeit it doesn't even feed in the proper amount. But yeah, sorry if my voice sounds differently today. I just barely woke up. Alright. I will say this island's looking more and more intimidating with all these really large multi-block. Thought I messed up there. Yeah, you like the nano forge forest over here. All the abs, all the eye farming shit, the space elevators. From this point on, we're gonna start stacking the eyes. Alright. Place that down. I have a hard time getting a read of where this needs to go. Incorrect, TK. I got that right in. Oh, wait, no. Never mind. I thought that got on the correct position first try. Yeah, so right now we have 3 main slowdowns, it feels like. One is dealing with getting the enlarged and like temporal fluids. I also look at primordial. And then the nanites are just taking eons. No, let's see if that's another part of our base we need to improve. Hey, Cass. Alright. Let's see if that's another pattern we've long since neglected. Huh. Well, that should probably be a recipe we change. I swear we were making it, though. Like, I swear it was this one that made it. Yeah, it should be making it here, honestly. We're not passively making cryonic singularities. Yep, there you go. Why aren't you running? Oh, carbon. Let me level maintain the singularities. No, we're probably making it here. If you don't see a recipe in the interface, it's being made passively somewhere around here. What do you mean? Yeah. Now, the real question is, with that crafting, will that by proxy feed into here and help this? That's going to be a problem, though. Is even if we speed up this, this is going to be. I think we need more of these transcendent plasma mixers. I don't. Or maybe I do. I think I do, I just haven't been paying attention. I think I've gotten most admin stuff that is associated with Spark and Opus. I think it is Spark. No, I don't think I have it in game. Like, I have the account link. DPS will be something to worry about another day. We're looking for the raw speed of all this stuff. Also, thanks to Kyoi's awesome actions, we now have we have so much extra room. The whole network looks so clean. And also, there's now dedicated fluid cells to everything. Anyway, so I guess to put on the list, we need more plasma mixers. Well, I don't really know how to do that. So when I get over to there, I'll probably need your sage wisdom. What do you mean put in more circuit 4? Or 24? Oh, that's so many parallels. Doesn't even say how much power it's eating, though. I don't see any form of improvement. Well, I'm still not trying to craft. If I put the pattern back in as its regular one times, would that fix it? Well, it's still sped up now. Yeah, well, keep in mind the, 8 Eyes of Harmony we have took us, a month and a half to make. I know the issue. Not getting enough of the, spatially. Hey, when you're playing God, you can't be too fast about this. There you go. That's gonna help us so much. Well, you have the God Forge. And then what they're gonna add in is they're gonna add in, cloning yourself to make different GTNH worlds. It's like the paperclip paradox thingy. Fair. To be fair, I feel like the Eye of Harmony is more impressive than the Stargate. But then, need a lot of Eye of Harmonies to make a Stargate. Unless, are you ready for in update 3.0? They're going to add the thing that's after the Stargate. Yeah. Well, I don't think we have anything we would want to show another astral array for. Like a good example, like we aren't really using black dwarf matter for anything but the one UXV toll that we were making. So we don't need to worry about an astral in there. It's pretty low because we did just eat like 400 million of it over the night, making the UX vehicle. But we probably are, yeah, 158 mil. So we're making like 158 million every 10 hours, which isn't good, but it's not bad. We have that pattern. The main issue is even if you do that, if you just request like individual parts, things go missing. Like last night, I ended up trying to craft 100 of the stabilization field generators, and it legit would not because it couldn't find dummy items. Not even dummy fluid, it couldn't find items. And I don't know how to fix that. What? Okay, I was about to have a conniption if that wasn't chunk loaded. It just didn't load in. My nanites. Something already ate my nanites. Rude. What is happening to the game? Jeez. Stop eating my transcended metal nanites. Please. I need them. You're not eating them. You are eating them. How dare you? Fine. Try to eat this. That's what I thought. Can't do it. How are all these formatted? Yep, they do. What is this cursed magic that I see going on? Do the crypts have to be in the same spot? Okay. I don't know if there's a reason why we have UIB input hatches right there, but I won't mess with the flow. And of course, my thing doesn't want to loop the playlist because it's stupid. I think I know what happens. Whenever the thing pauses the music, it's like, oh, are you still listening? It then unloops the playlist, but then it still shows that it's looped. Alright. How many more of my transcended nanites are you going to try to eat? 511. Yeah. Well, the issue is if I don't get those Transcend nanites, I can't put them here. Probably check how much weight is on that network. $852. Okay. Yeah, that one wasn't crafting. Yeah. Well, there's such a big multi-block. You can't really cram them in. Like, the crazy thing is if you look where all the nano forges are, they take up the shared space of our DPFs. Oh, I have a bag of cereal next to me that I'm just chowing down on. I was gonna have cereal this morning, but my milk smelled funky, so... Oh no, it's not cinnamon, it's almond honey. Who's the master? Don't tell me. I found the master. It's gonna help so much, trust. See, helped. Well, at least it's a fast craft. Okay. I don't know why in my mind I thought this was like a 50-second craft. No. This thing started 55 seconds ago. my character finally gets fed. Alright. I think it's time that I finally do the thing I've been dreading the most. Look at it looming over there on the horizon. Look, these aren't connected. This isn't connected. It's not connected to the main network, and that's the thing that I stopped on because it confuses me and I don't want to break something. And I've been trying to push it off on someone else, but no one has taken up the daunting task of finding out how to figure that out. So I guess it's now up to me. Oh wait, we don't have the thing to do with the data. I'm not doing it. Well, I should probably type in chat what I need to name these things exactly. Alright. Isn't this just thrilling gameplay? Music's making this so much more intense. Don't know how I can even manage to process all that's going on. I think I've just been saved? My... Oh, hold on, I'm getting a call for work? I have no clue what's going on. Can't let them distract me from this. I can't let it be known that I'm live streaming during one of my shifts. So they're offering like, oh, I can come up to your place and grab it from you. Nope. I'm going to leave them somewhere else. I will be back in like 3 minutes. Let me leave you guys with some riveting, awesome gameplay of what? You guys gotta watch this stuff craft. You want nanites? I'll play with nanites. There'll be more interesting action there. Grab my employee badge. No, I'm not reading them. Alright, let me slap on my BRB. Okay. Place her right there where I'm not blocking anything interesting. Okay. Got my employee badge. Whoop. Alright, be right back. Such a weird encounter. Oh well. I'm back. Just half afraid that would come back to copyright music playing. Oh, I should probably remove the BRB text. Thank you. Yeah, I honestly have no clue why they wanted the phone. Because they're like, oh yeah, I start my, I get back from my non-campus job at 5:15. But the shift that they were going to be working tonight starts at 5, and they could have just honestly told me, like, hey, can you hold on the phone for 15 minutes? But instead, they wanted to grab the phone, like, 7 hours early. Does not make sense. Does not compute. And also, they're working their off-campus shift. That then means that they're responsible if they get any calls and they're off campus. I know the other side has been set up, but it doesn't hurt to do the really tedious bit on the underneath. So I'll do everything to set these up, shy of connecting them to the mainnet. Because I want them to be 100% done when we finally do that, so we don't cause problems. I will say this is probably a bit overkill for even crafting full Hive Harmony, but this will be very needed for Stargate. Why won't it let me copy and paste? Odd. No. The thing. I will say, this thing will be so nice when it's finally done. I feel like this would make a good time lapse. Having just constant whoop, whoop. So, I'm not security for the entire campus. I'm more for like the dorms. So, if I was the entire campus, it would be big. But because I mainly work the dorms, it's probably like, I don't know. It's split into like 4 zones for my work. And if I were to look at my phone, last night, me doing all the rounds for my job, I ended up getting 14,000 steps, and that's 1/4 of what my colleagues and I cover. And that's without me getting any calls for having to deal with stuff, so I do get a fair amount of steps. I just realized, because I've been helping this side, and I'm decided that we're going to finish this, I have to fill them with block container cells, which is the nightmare that I think was the reason why we stopped. I did this side when I had like a movie going. But if you think wireless connections like this are bad, that right there is honestly the worst part of this whole process. No, there's not. We've tried multiple ways. Unless it's just making an entirely different process. Yeah, no, we tried Ender IO conduits. Doesn't work. Always ask Joy to help me with the most mindless, tedious task imaginable. Group effort on the pain. How about the rework? Or that might be a craft that we might want to eventually change. I believe all of our stuff that uses the higher tier quality water only uses 5. And the reason why was tier 6 was impossible with Garden Grind rule set. It's the lens. Yeah, there's the weird lens. there wasn't a meteor for it, and at that point making that, we obviously didn't have an I'd harm me. No, there wasn't a meteor. Or if there was a meteor, we couldn't get the resource to then produce the meteor. But fortunately, we only needed up to a tier 5. I'm gonna skip this one. I'm not feeling that song. With a new update, but not for this version. I don't think there is. Look, no meteor. There's not a meteor getting this. Yeah. Like, I'm certain, and the reason why is because this isn't me routing, this was like the actual smart people routing. And there wasn't a way to get that item. So I may be dumb, but I don't think the Pathfinders and like run routers for this run would have missed something like that. It would be. Oh. No, that's a bad thing. Please say I just misread that. I put the wrong interface in the bottom. And the top interface needs to be the one named. The bottom ones are named, but it's because they're all coming from one frequency. That is such a big mess up. Oh, no, you don't understand. Even if we're linking, I have to break every P2P, or the top P2Ps. However, if I ring a Loki it, ring a Loki does not like ME network stuff that's this fine put. So if I break this, it's gonna break this, or it's gonna break that. Which is gonna mess with all these connections, because it's gonna break that, it's gonna break these. How does this thing only have 5 connections? Oh wait, there you go. This is a painful mistake. This is why I hate Ring of Loki with a passion. How did it manage to double place? What? Huh? How did this happen? How did it triple on some of these? What? The... And then, whoop-de-doo. We're gonna have to do this all again because the thing just placed it wrong. What the f... Why? Why do this to me? Let's go. That worked. Oh my goodness. Why does it do that? Bum. Do, 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 do. Bum. After Joy's 16 minutes away from surpassing Order's playtime. What? Okay. Fortunately, we now need to go rename everything. And also, I don't know. Like, I think what a lot of people in the run are wanting to do is like, if you just made a significant contribution at some point, you get the role. And with that logic, I believe it's like 11. Like, I think Nick and up, we would consider people getting the role. It's a little bit iffy in the sense of so many people quit, because if you're going off the 100-day off rule, by the end of this run, we're going to have 7 or maybe even 6. And then again, that's not even fair, because like just them peeking their head online. There's a lot of those that have recently been on high school or basic, hopped on for like 10 minutes, fixed some problem that I was having, and then haven't been seen again. Yeah, because before that, Ollie was last seen 52 days ago. I think I tried it, but I didn't do like the power button, which would try to get the thing to properly run. The other weird thing with playtime, I will say, is like Nick was on a lot, but Nick AFK'd a lot. I know Ordered AFK'd a lot. I know Duck AFK'd a lot. Flip is iffy. Ollie AFK'd a ton. Yeah, but the issue is will that keep in mind past time? Yeah. Although I really hope we can gate before the update comes out. Or at least start our gate craft. Because I feel like they might be a little bit grumpy with us, but if we are crafting our gate when the update comes out, yeah. And for some reason, our world days keep on getting reset. We're on like year 7. But I feel like with the world, everyone's had their one point of shining. Like, there's been an MVP for every section of game. Like, a good example I like to point out is up to like EV, like MV, or not MV, like HV, EV, that turning point, Nick was the MVP. Then I'd probably say Ivy up to like UV, maybe a bit of UHV. Lazy was the MVP. And then I think from there, I've become the MVP for the end game. Unless Joy is going to somehow dwarf my playtime. But I've the advantage of saying that and the fact that there's probably been a grand total of like collective 6 days playtime of the end game for people in the world, and 4 of those days were me. But with more people coming back into the world, I honestly hope I won't be the MVP. So I feel like this run would have gotten done a lot faster if it wasn't for me. Well, the reason why I say that, well, no, not my absence, but I felt like if anyone else put in the time that I was in the world, we would probably be a lot farther. And that's just because I am the least experienced player. Like, hell, this is my first run where I've even really used applied energistics. Like, before this, I never really did anything with applied energistics, because in past worlds, and even past runs, like, and mod packs, either one, I had a friend that would always do all the applied energistics stuff because he liked it. Two, there's Project Ozone 3 in Mythic mode, where it takes super amounts of playtime to even get to the point where you can get applied energistics, and most of the time my runs end off on the craft of the controller. Then you have all the Garden Grind or GTNH runs, where run 1, we made it to early HV. Run 2 was Garden of Grind with Lazy and Quartz. When we hit applied energistics, I didn't know what I was doing, and so I just had Lazy do all the applied energistics for me. Then I had my ZPM run where I had to use a little bit of applied energistics, but honestly not much. And then you have this run. I will say, if I ever do another mod pack run, I'm going to be stellar at it. But yeah. I don't know, I have a feeling like I haven't contributed much to this world. But then again, I do look around and I do see the things I've done. Is done this, did 6 of the 7 of those, did both of these, did the coals here, over here, did that half, did this whole thing, helped with these. This is me. This right here is all me. This half is me. All of this was me. This was me. This was me. This was me. We removed it for TPS issues. These were me. Like, this was me. Like, I feel like, I don't know. I still don't feel like I've done much, but then looking around, I have done a good chunk. However, then again, it's also not fair for me to compare stuff, because I've been the end game player, so anything that's still left around has probably been placed there by me. Oh, Ironwood is not... You could easily farm Ironwood, although it took a really weird machine line. You had to get, like, the canopy roots, and then grow them some kind of, like, living matter machine. Alright, let me look through our chat log, see what we need to fix. Yeah. Well, I feel like a lot of quest books are like that. Like, I feel like a good example of a mod pack where it just sort of throws you into the fire is Sevtech. Like, the NEI is helpful for some stuff, but because you don't even have a quest book, you just have to look through achievements. it's a bit problematic. The thing is, though, I feel like I could handle most mod packs now. Solo. Yeah. Well, I feel like it fits alright without quest book. I feel like the achievements could give a bit more. Like, actually, to be fair, these achievements do nothing. Fair. I will say, I do have an idea for a fun run. Is to do like a mine colonies run and have like the chat sort of decide stuff. Well, I feel like a lot of people don't really have the brain capacity to think about, alright, let me automate this, let me automate this. A good example is why so many people struggle with like Factorio. Like, I play with a lot of my friends, and they're some of the smartest people I know. But the concept of I need to automate this one thing so that I can automate it more goes over their head. No Hollow Knight. The main thing that I'm really looking forward is I liked this run, but I want it to be over because I want to stream some other games. And obviously, I know when I stream some other games, my viewership can go from an average of like 5 to -10. But I want to branch out. Like, I think when I stream, I'm always going to keep some kind of genre of tech. But I don't know. I want to live stream the new expansion for Factorio. But the issue is when Fall Break ends for me, it's gonna be hard for me to live stream this again because I have free time. I don't have anything to justify me live streaming during like when I should be doing homework. Because it's not like this pays my bills or stuff like that. It's just a hobby. And my hobby needs to be put in the back burner for my actual job. one thing that, when it comes to streaming, that I do feel a little discouraged is I've talked with a bunch of people that have done stuff, and I've streamed longer, more, and even back in the other days, like more consistently. Yet, every single person I've talked to that's ever live streamed has become bigger than I. In like a matter of bits. Like I have a friend that I do D&D with that started streaming a month ago, and he already has like 4,000 followers and averages like 40 people. He's been streaming for a month. I'm over here with 5 years. Yeah. And that is a big factor as well. But like, I don't know, there's some other things, but I will say Samsa gets a lot of their views because Samsa has that Discord and posts in that Discord of whenever they're live streaming. Well, I feel like there's two different things that impact growth on streaming. Is you either have the people that only stream one game and they rise and fall with the popularity of that one game. Or you have, well, there's three kinds. Then you have thing two, which are people that stream a type of game. Good example of someone that streams like a type of more complex tower defense-y strategy stuff is someone called Admiral Baraboo. And they just stream odd end stuff. Yeah, then you have people that just stream whatever. And basically, if you are an unknown, lesser person that doesn't already have a big channel, you'll really only get views if you stream one game consistently. If you have a medium following, you'll hit the upper echelon of streaming one game consistently, and you might do better streaming a wide variety where you pull more people. And then you have the big people that are too big to fall. People are just going to watch them because, ooh, my favorite is XQC or something like that. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't necessarily even say that, because you still do have examples of not really crazy talkative people. Like, a good example of someone that's big but isn't like a super talker is like Moist Critical. He doesn't talk like a crazy ton in his streams. Compared to, oh my god, guys, if we hit 10 subs right now, I will whip it out. Or like something like that. because the issue with a lot of like the bigger things, yeah, that is to be fair. Is a lot of older people don't really watch that much like YouTube streams, stuff like that. And the new generation has a micro attention span, so you need to constantly jingle some keys in front of them. Here you go. Here you look at the wire. Woo. Yeah. And the issue is then I don't have the time to edit the 2-hour videos. That's if I were to edit, I would want to do stuff in like long form formats, not 15-minute episodes. Like my preferred video is the Doshingtons kind of format. Because I ain't got the energy to, hey guys, welcome back to another Riggedy Raggedy, some random thing like that. Yeah, well, I see it from my generation. Hell, I have a shorter attention span than a lot of people. But compared to, like, my cousins that are younger than me, God. Or, like, I'll be in my lecture halls and I'll see people taking notes and then they're watching a show and then they have a manga on the side and they're on their phone. I'm like, how are you, what? And these are people that are in my junior class of college. See, I'm Gen Z, very Gen Z. Yet I don't really fit with much of my generation. But then again, I'm also 20 years old and I don't party, and that's mainly the things I deal with my work. Is I see the most extremes of the generation because I'm the one that gets called when they get rowdy and start breaking stuff. But compared to last year when I did this job, yeah, I'm only 20. But yeah, like last year, there seemed to be a lot more people that like called in issues and be like, "Oh hey, someone's being loud, someone's doing this." This year, no one really calls us in. But when I have to do my rounds and I have to deal with stuff, compared to last year, people are so much more egotistical, such bigger assholes, and like they just are vile. Like, they're just some of the worst people I've ever met. Oh yes, let me for some reason grab feces and start smearing it on a doorway. What are you, 2? No, you are 18 in a college dorm. Or, oh yeah, a uni dorm. Or I've had compared to like last year, the more people that I've had to bust, it's like, you're not going to tell my mom about this. You're not going to tell my dad. I'm like, no, you are an adult. No. My school is sort of pathetic in the fact that even if they commit actual crimes, nothing happens. Like, the only times I've seen stuff happen to people is one, if someone in my position breaks a minor rule, is because most of our housing is for underclassmen, and by underclassmen, freshmen. So no one is the legal drinking age, so it's a dry campus in the dorms. My coworkers are 21, 22. If they get caught with drinking, they get fired. Or even worse, one of them came back drunk from the bars, and someone spiked their drink, and because of that, they had to get ambulance pulled up. Nope, they got fired because it's a bad look for my university. Yeah, no. If there's a noise complaint, you need to have around 6 or 7 serious, like, incidents as a noise complaint before you have an upper management person be like, hey, what's wrong? Or, like, the amount of vandalism. We had a security door, like the glass on that thing, be caved in. Like, someone grabbed a chair and smashed it, trying to break through the security door. And you want to know what the protocol was? Well, we have a 2-hour time window when this incident happened. That's too much effort. We're not going to use the one camera in the building to see who did that. It's not worth our time. That's an actual threat. What? Like, the only times I've seen people get in trouble is when they commit actual crimes. Like earlier this year, someone assaulted someone with a fire extinguisher. They got in trouble because they went to jail. So, if you are doing anything shy of getting arrested, nothing's going to happen to you. And that frustrates my job so much. I'm in a position to enforce stuff. I'm in a position to try to help people that want to actually go to college, not for parties. Yet, they only care about the people that party. I could go on a rant for even longer, but I'm probably going to stop because I'm getting a little too heated. Yeah, there needs to be some punishment for people, but no. There is no semblance of punishment going on. Well, the issue is you have a lot of people that come from really entitled houses. Like you have so many people that are coming from being spoiled rotten and just being brats. Because my college, when I applied, was sort of hard to get into. Well, not really. It had like a 70% acceptance rate. But my college is like, oh yes, we want more people to be here. We now have a 99.7% acceptance rate. So they let anyone in just so they can make money now. And because of that, you have so many entitled people that were like the class prankster or stuff like that that really should not be in college. Well, no, they'll just go into business. If they're in a business degree, it's sort of hard to fail a business degree if you passed fourth grade. No offense to everyone getting a business degree, but your degree is easy. I've seen homework. My suite mate is trying to get their business degree, and I've seen his homework that he's struggling with. Their final stats class. I'm taking a stats class, and his final stats class is what you needed to be in a prereq to get into the prereq for my stats class. Well, they don't really prank the professor, but then you have the issue of everyone just cheats now with AI, which sort of kills me because I'm in my CS degree and I'm a terrible test taker, but I do great on all my projects. But because so many people are using AI on their projects, they can't tell if anyone's actually good at the projects. So instead, classes that were like 10% assessments are now 70% assessments. And I'm drowning because I hate tests and I struggle with them so much. Well, it's not like we're trying to remember random stuff from the book. Well, most of my classes. But they're now taking an unemphasis on programming instead. Can you write down how to program? Like, which is really useless because in the actual real world, the only time you're ever going to not be able to use the compiler or Google or something like that is when you're getting an interview. Nothing else matters when it comes to assessments, when it comes to computer science. Yeah. But it's dumb on a quiz where you're expected to know how to make an exact make file without referring to anything else. And if you get one bit of syntax wrong, which normally your compiler would be like, hey, you misspelled this one thing, or you put a semicolon here where you shouldn't have, something like that. Nope. Like, don't get me wrong, I use AI, but I don't copy and paste my assignment in there and be like, yes, print out my project. I'll be like, hey, I have this code. Don't tell me where the error is, but can you give me a hint on what's not having this thing work? Like, I get that we were programming and our projects were how to do that, but I'm always going to use, like, a compiler or Stack Overflow. That fun stuff. So even though we more than doubled our nano forges, still going to be here a while for that one craft. At least we now have the advantage of when we get the UXV coal, I will be able to start crafting like UXV 64 wireless amps. Because if you get more harmonies, like powers, and then we just slap on like a UXV 64 amp or a 256 amp. Or heavens forbid, a 1 million UXV wireless amp. Yeah. Sounds like what we need. Oh, guys, I'm about to crash. 3, 2, 1. Oop. Never mind, I am not crashing. I think I am crashing. Oh wait, I'm out of the wireless network. I couldn't access this. I'm like, I'm about to crash. You can't for Universal. That's why I have this one. This is so that I can always access something outside of the base. You can't put an infinite card in Universal Wireless. No, you cannot. I am nearly certain you cannot. Huh. You read that? Only works when in wireless crafting terminal slot. Huh? It worked? What? Oh, I guess I have infinite reach. I think we had a slight pile up with our meteors. Anyways, I'm going to get offline because I have D&D to prepare for tonight. I did what I wanted, which was improve the nano forges. I would have been hoping that the coal would have been done, but at the rate that this is going, I'm going to guess that we'll be here for another day. Well, clearly it works, because look, I can access stuff over here. Oh, never mind. Julio. Anyways, fortunately, when this craft finally gets done, that should help speed up this. It's just a matter of we're going to finish the nanites before all the other fluids. Which is a daunting task. At least we're done with one of the nanite crafts. Now just have Universalium nanites. We're still crafting Transcendent. There we go. Look at that screaming speed. You hover over this. Look. Look how fast that's crafting. Oh my gosh. I think we need, like, to extend the nano forges to go all the way down here. We have a lot more room than I thought. If you can render them all in one screen, it's not far enough. Well, the fortunate thing is, when the nanites get done, these should craft, which should speed up our eternity processing, which then should subconsciously help fill those up. The issue is going to be the living primordial. Yeah. Alright. Anyways, I'm gonna get offline. Thank you all for being here. And I'll see you all in the next one. Later.